I am the Chief People Officer for Potbelly Sandwich Works. We're a national sandwich shop chain in about 33 states. We are partly franchised, but we own and operate 300 and almost 350 of our own locations across the country and have over 5,000 employees total. One of my roles is to just make sure that we've got great talent to serve our customers each and every day. We bucket everything under talent, culture, and capability. So it's really about attracting and retaining great talent. It's about doing so with a culture that is a competitive advantage for us. And then when we have those folks on board, making sure that we're building the capability across the organization that's going to help us win today and hopefully into the future. Coming into the brand, we were emerging from COVID, which was, as you can imagine in this industry, an incredibly challenging time. And so the business was really coming back and we were reestablishing a lot of our people process foundations. But we found that we just didn't really have a lot to measure, particularly any kind of leading indicators from a people side. We looked at turnover, but we didn't really have a way to gauge what was working, what wasn't working, what would folks tell us about our work environment in a more systematic and objective way. And so it was pretty apparent to me early on that we had a significant gap there if we were going to try to bring the vision I was mentioning to life. And so we thought we needed a solution to go help us with that. I had a little bit of exposure to WorkStep from a prior employer. We did a full RFP, several other organizations, including some of the big legacy players in the space. And one of the things I think we liked about WorkStep is it felt like it was more modern, more nimble, designed to really focus on the frontline workforce. And it felt like WorkStep could also grow with us. Like it was going to be a tool that the team was going to be continually innovating around and soliciting customer feedback. And so it felt like having an opportunity to be a part of that and shaping it, appealing as opposed to maybe some of the more staid historical leaders in the space. In terms of what we were hoping for at a very basic level, we wanted to reduce our turnover as an outcome. The other thing we wanted to start to institutionalize was a better culture of continuous feedback in general and really helping our leaders get better. I'm a firm believer that the biggest determinant of someone's experience is the leader that's responsible for that part of the business. And in our shops, that's our general managers. The general manager, it's the most critical role in our operational organizational structure, if you will. They really are running each of those individual locations and so are the biggest factor, I think, of the success of a Potbelly shop or not. And so we really thought that by helping them get more feedback and more visibility to feedback, it was going to help our leaders get better at being people leaders in coaching and helping their managers get better at coaching them. At first it was uncomfortable because it just wasn't something we had before and wasn't something maybe they were used to getting feedback about them or their work environment in a consistent and systematic way. But by and large, it's become institutionalized where it's become, hey, I'm expecting that there's going to be input that I can benefit from, and hopefully there's a lot of positive input. One of the things we've coached our teams not to overlook, the positive comments. There was somebody who took the time and they wrote like a mini novel about how great their manager was and just said, I think this person needs to be recognized. They're fantastic. They do great training. And I called that out for our team. And I was like, guys, this is a great opportunity. This comment, this is exactly the kind of feedback that we love to hear. And so I think our managers would say we try to be pretty well balanced with it, that it's a helpful tool and that it can be just as powerful in reinforcing positive leadership behaviors and results as it is with providing feedback and calling out areas where we can improve. We've gotten more proficient with understanding, interpreting the tools, the information, and integrating it into some of our existing management venues. One example, our district managers and leaders do people reviews with their HR business partner, with their regional manager. And we've now incorporated WorkStep data and results as a part of those people reviews. So they're having to present what their results look like across their locations, some of the key areas they're focused on working to improve. And it's become ingrained in what I call our core business processes. So that's probably our biggest win. WorkStep has helped us be more focused on the things that matter and ensure that we're pushing our leaders to lead the right way and helping them do that. There are a lot of organizations out there that are very focused on their people in the QSR, fast casual, and the restaurant space, but I'm not aware of a lot of organizations that have invested in a program similar to this. There's probably also a feeling like hey, if I'm not a massive chain with thousands of locations, could I really afford to invest in something like this? And I would just say WorkStep is accessible and can be accessible to organizations of all sizes. And so you may think that you're not sophisticated enough or you're not mature enough as an organization to benefit from some of the tools here, but I would say it's worth rethinking that assumption. We see ourselves as an upstart growing business, and I think it's been a good fit for us.